Hi, I'm Lisa Marie, and welcome to my channel, Living My Best Life. I love to do videos on interesting topics, DIY, crafts, quizzes, anything. We can live our best life doing whatever makes us happy. I hope you'll join me.
Today, friends, we are going to make an all-occasion tray, and it is going to be so easy, and you can switch it out for any time of year, any season, any occasion, and I'm so excited to show it to you, and I've got a quick product review to do as well, so let's jump right into it. To start off, we're going to need 2 pizza pans from the Dollar Tree. Hey, does anyone else have a hard time finding these? I couldn't find them for like months, so I finally just stocked up when I did. They're a hot commodity over there. Also, we're going to need some beads, and I used not the very largest, but the next size down. Now, my beads I ordered on Amazon. I got 1,000 for, I want to say, like $13, and they're assorted sizes. You cannot go wrong. That's probably the best price I found so far. I'm removing the label and scratching off any of the little sticky things that are left behind, and I'm going to go ahead and clean the trays with some rubbing alcohol just to make sure that they are free from debris before I do any painting of any kind. Just a good idea. I mean, they've been sitting in a store, who knows how they've been touched or what's on them dust-wise. So then I'm going to figure out what bead size I need, because I'm going to be putting the 2 trays together. They're going to be the wrong sides together, and that creates a little ledge and a little lip, if you will. I am determining how many beads I'm going to need. Then I put them all on skewers to make it easier to paint them, and I stick them in a little piece of foam, like that was packing foam that I had. So I try to use everything, my boxes, my packing foam. I try to find a use for everything just to be, you know, a good steward of things and not throw them out there into the environment until they've been used up as much as possible. And then I literally will paint them just while they're standing there. It makes it so much easier. Now I'm going to go back to the trays, and I'm using the color I'm using the Waverly chalk paint, the color Mineral. And right now I'm just going to paint the edges, what you're going to see, because when they're stuck together, you won't actually see the back side of the trays. You're going to see the front sides and then kind of just a piece of the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and paint those. You know, just get that on there and let that dry so I can work on the rest of it. And I will do the same thing on the other one and then let them both dry completely before I move on. And now that that side has dried, I can go ahead and paint the entire front and make sure also that the edges are done and that nothing is missed that will be seen. And I literally only had to do 1 full coat, and then I just went back and touched up a little, because I'm going to be dry brushing a couple of other colors on here to create a little bit of kind of a stone / aged look to this tray. I'm also painting all of those beads in the same color Mineral so that that all matches, and then they'll get dry brushed as well. Now, I just want to apologize if I sound scratchy or like I have a cold. I don't. I have seasonal allergies, actually all 4 seasons, and fall, would you believe, is my favorite season, but my worst season for allergies. So I sound like I have a cold, but I don't, and sometimes I'll have a scratchy voice, and so that explains it for you. I picked up several of the Dollar Tree calendars that I could find, and this is the Shine Bright in All That You Do calendar. And I looked through and I found, just to show an example on this project, I found 3 different types of occasion pages. One for fall, one for like Thanksgiving, and one for the holiday season in December. And now I'm just figuring out how I'm going to cut them into a circle that will fit inside of the top of the tray. Now, obviously, it doesn't fill up the entire circle, and I'm going to take care of that. But I'm just going to get it as close as I can, and then I'll use the first one as a form for the other 2, and then I will cut those out as well. Now, you can use whatever you want as your different pieces for your different occasions. So if you were doing a birthday celebration or another holiday, you could get a picture or some other piece that would fit flat on top of your trays. These are just some examples for you. I came up with an idea to string all of my painted beads on some twine and then lay them down and glue them instead of individually gluing them. I thought this would save so much time and make sure that the spacing was the same between all of them. And I need to tell you, it worked out really great. The only thing that really was a big surprise was that after having measured out how many beads I needed, I was short like 3 beads. So I had to quickly put 3 more beads on a skewer, paint them, get them to dry, and then I had to glue those back on individually. But other than that, that went pretty well. And this actually just showed me how much easier it is to space the beads using the twine. So a little tip there. I added a little extra hot glue on the center part of the beads that you'll never see, just to make sure they were all very secure. And then I also got the other tray ready with hot glue as fast as I could before it dried in the rim, and then I could set that one on top of the other tray that already had the beads and put them together. Originally, I was going to use 4 of the very large beads as legs, but I thought they were just too small in this situation, so I found this little plastic kind of decorative bowl at the Dollar Tree. I think it came 4 for $1, great deal. And so I hot glued that to the center of the back. Hopefully that was the center. Not very good at doing that. And then I painted it in mineral also so that it would match completely. I'm going to start my dry brushing with the color Elephant by Waverly. It's a very dark gray. And I'm going to use this really stiff brush. And the reason I like to do a stiff brush is that it's easier to do the dry brush technique. And basically you put very little bit of paint on the brush and wipe most of it off, which is what I'm doing on that piece of cardboard. And then you lightly brush it on your piece, especially catching edges and angles and things like that. And then just doing lightly in the center. And I decided I'm going to do this a little heavy-handed, and then I'm going to keep going over it in different colors until it looks exactly the way I want. So there's really no wrong way, because you can always repaint with your original color if it gets too dark or too light. And this is my favorite part, because it's like the artistic side, and you just play with it, and I feel like I'm an artist with a palette, just sitting there going at it. And so I'll just let you watch me do that. And now I'm adding a little bit of the color Plaster, which is the lighter. So basically you're using your main color, a darker color, and a lighter color. And that's how I like to dry brush, unless I'm going for a very specific look like a whitewash or antique. On the top, I am leaving the center portion blank, so without the dry brushing, because that's where our little cutout's going to sit, and you'll never see that part. I'd like to take this time to thank you all so much for watching, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell for all the notifications of when I post new videos. Also, head down to the comments. Let me know you're here. Tell me what you like, what you might have done different. Say hello, whatever it is. I just love to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends. And definitely head over to my social media platforms. I have Instagram and Facebook also under the name Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie, and I'd love to see you there. It's a great way to interact, and you might see a sneak peek of what's to come. Back to our DIY, I'm now going to seal it with some clear polyacrylic fast drying solution. And I'm going to do that on the back, all around the stand, and the sides and the top. And let that dry. And it's time for the product testing and review. Now, RAGU was kind enough to send me a laminator. How exciting is that? And I'm literally opening it right here on camera. So I have not opened it before this. I haven't looked at anything. And this is just how easy it was to do. I unwrapped it. I looked very quickly at the instructions. I mean, this is sped up, but I really didn't spend any time at all. Plugged it in, got the little plastic sleeves that they give you. It came with a bunch of different sizes too, which was really nice. And I put each of my cutouts in, and there's a little place where you insert it and it feeds right through on its own. You wait for it to heat up. You push the button to turn it on, and you wait for it to hit a certain temperature. When it's ready, it literally says the word on and turns green. Pretty foolproof. And now I'm doing all 3 of them, and you could do whatever you want. You could laminate cards or lists or anything, things you want to write with a dry eraser on and be able to erase, but have a format for it. You can make little calendars, whatever. And I'm super happy with this. I will put a link in the description. By the way, this video is not paid for by RAGU. They sent me this as a gift to test, and that is it. I'm doing this just because I think it's awesome. Honestly, I won't even accept any products from anyone that I wouldn't want to use or enjoy. So I do like this. I would recommend it. And again, this is not a sponsored video. I am cutting out around the circle on all 3 of my pieces so that I can fit them on top of my tray. I guess I forgot to film this part, but I did take a piece of the larger nautical rope from Dollar Tree and I hot glued it all the way around the top edge, and that covered the spaces where you couldn't see the sign itself, where it wasn't perfectly round. And there it is. Oh my gosh, I am loving this thing. And to think this was 2 pizza trays and a cheapy little plastic bowl. Oh my gosh, this really looks so much more expensive, and look how you can style it, any occasion, any holiday, any decorations. And it was so easy to make. Anyone can do this. You can do this. I know you can. If I can do it, you can do it. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the comments on my social media. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And I will see you all next time I upload. Have a great day, and God bless you all.